Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be walking you through datasets and experiments. So, if you want to create a new dataset, there are two main ways to create one. You can either import it from a CSV or a JSON file, or you can create an empty dataset and fill in your data. So, if you want to import a CSV, you'll first need to prepare a file. For example, here I prepared a dummy example where I have. So you'll need to have each column representing either an input or an output. The output is usually referred to the reference output. Here I only have one example. You can add as many examples as you want. And so when importing, first you have to upload your CSV file. You'll need to give the dataset an example. You'll have to specify which fields are your inputs and which field is your output. And then after hitting the create button, you'll get the datasets reflected here. So if you want to open any dataset, you'll find four sections starting with the examples. The examples are mainly the raw data that you have. You can either import them from a CSV or create any example manually. You'll also find an experiment section which stores all runs and evaluations you've performed on this specific dataset on the examples that you just imported or created. So what's an evaluator? An evaluator is a Lanksmith feature which is a judge that assess the quality of a model's output. We have many pre-built evaluators models such as the correctness, hallucinations, conciseness, and code checker. So let's take an example of running an evaluator. I already created pre-built evaluators. So in order to run an experiment on them, you'll have to open the prompts. You'll have to choose a prompt. Then you need to make sure that you're in the evaluator mode by pressing on setup evaluation. You'll need to make sure that the inputs match the variables that you have in the prompt, and then you'll have to select the evaluator that you want to evaluate on, and you press on start. Okay, after pressing on start, what Lanksmith will do is it will grab the inputs and the reference output that you created. It will run the prompt on the input, and here's the output, and it will give you the evaluator's response, which is in our case the correctness, which will compare the output to the reference output. After we did this run, the results of this run will be auto reflected in the experiments section here. So after opening the experiments on the dataset that we just run the evaluator on, in the experiments section, we're gonna find the run that we just did. Opening it, I'll find all of the records, which are the inputs, the reference output, the output that we got from the prompt, the correctness, the latency, how long this run took, the status, the tokens, and the cost. Now moving to the fourth section that we have in the dataset, which is the few shot search. This last section lets you filter dataset examples based on specific input conditions. So for example here, our dataset have these variables. If I want to filter for the dataset that have a variable that have the X amounts, let's say, equal to 1000, and then I press on search, it will return the most relevant dataset entries that match this condition along with the similarity score. And this feature is helpful when you want to quickly run few shot experiments using filtered examples. And mainly that's it for datasets and experiments.